It is an ingredient that should not be missing in order to be successful in life and achieve your goals. I'm talking about self-confidence, of course. You must have failed at one time or another. Maybe in your job, maybe in a university exam, or maybe the person you love disappointed you deeply. How did you react? This question is a real test of how much confidence you have in yourself. The modern world allows few people to have strong self-confidence. Many people demand more and more confidence without ever looking for a limit. But is this always the case? Why do some people always seem to have confidence? Let us try to break a spear to those who have little self-confidence, and try to create and build it day by day, admiring those who always seem to have self-confidence. Let us assume that in new situations every person has to deal with a physiological reaction in which there is an increase in adrenaline and an attack-escape reaction. This fight-or-flight response makes everyone who is affected by it anxious. This means that such a spontaneous physiological reaction in our bodies really puts everyone who is faced with a new situation in a crisis. One of the things that many people who want to improve their self-confidence do is to focus on the things they need to improve and the things they dislike, without thinking at all about their strengths that set them apart from others. To quote the title of a 1980s cult movie, one could say, "Return to the present instead of the future." Most people tend to focus their worries on the past and the future, thinking about what went wrong and what will go wrong, but few focus on what they can do, for example, to improve one of their work, family, or personal situations. If you focus on the people you think are worth less than you, the problem would probably be solved, and self-confidence is already created. The problem is that most people have a tendency to look at and spy on, especially those we think are better off than we are. Constant comparison with others only complicates everyone's life. Successful people often do not compare themselves to anyone because they are already completely satisfied with what they have done. With the advent of social media, this trend has become even stronger. Because with a simple click you can see step by step what a person has done, where they went on vacation, what they ate in a restaurant. Considering that everyone builds their success and not their misfortune on social, they all seem perfect. If you are surrounded by people who criticize and do nothing but tell you what you could be or do without any acceptance, you should probably change your friends and surround yourself with those who accept you as you are and with some positivity. Accepting one's limitations and not constantly trying to be what one is not is perfectly fine and, most importantly, builds self-esteem. What should not be done is to stay in the comfort zone by giving up growth situations out of fear. As mentioned in the beginning, when we are faced with a new situation, our body responds with increased adrenaline and the reaction of strong anxiety. This is the main point between those who can handle change and those who cannot handle change and perceive themselves with low self-confidence. The one who can handle the change is able to handle the anxiety at the moment his body is activated. The other one, who cannot handle the fear, stops. This is a key point where we have to slowly learn techniques that allow us to manage anxiety and get out of the comfort zone. The moment you succeed, you will have a sense of complacency and a sense of power, resulting in the perception of high self-esteem. Among the many techniques used to deal with anxiety is autogenic training, which is very effective in achieving a good mental and physical balance, as well as improving performance in work, sports, and sex. Sometimes complaining about what you cannot do or what you do not have becomes almost a sport, a habit favored by those who really do not want to change. It is important to be clear about what you want. A clear phrase is the starting point for setting feasible goals. If you know you have to play the piano at a friend's wedding, don't get nervous 5 minutes before the event. Practice at home, even for a short time and a few days in advance. Thank you for making it to the end. If you found the video helpful, please leave a comment and a like to support us. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you in a new Mind Academy video.